What is up, everyone? Bleeding Blue podcast here, episode 29. Let's get after it. Blue Jays play. No more Leafs news. Let's talk about some Blue Jays. I got some notes. I got some stuff to talk about. Ryan, though, how was your week? What did you get up to? Tell me.
Well, I think we'll discuss this in things that don't make sense, but I played some golf yesterday. Had a fun round, didn't play the best, but it was a fun round. Watched a couple new movies.
Nice.
Um, yeah, it was a decent week. Just sitting at home, chilling.
You
Not
you
much.
you like to hang. That's what you like to do. You just like
Yeah, that's my thing, man. That's my
yeah,
thing, hanging around.
couch potato.
Yeah.
Just
Some
kidding.
just simple, man. Simple guy. Simple
Fair enough.
life.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. No, I'm trying to even think. I worked there working at the restaurant, worked the Mother's Day. I don't know if I talked about that last time. We almost did fucking 1,000 meals between
Yeah,
12
that's
o'clock
wild.
till 10. Crazy long shift. Um, yeah, intense. You know what? And I'll tell you right now, moms love their fucking appetizers, and that's what I was on. And
Yeah,
I'll tell you that they like to get their onion rings too for some reason. I don't know if moms like onion rings for some reason, but yeah,
really,
yeah, that was an order at the keg. They got onion rings now.
really. I didn't
Yep.
know that.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah. All
But
right.
anyway, yeah, no, let's talk.
I thought the keg was a big like calamari.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, they have calamari. They got calamari.
That's what I always get when I go there.
I could name
Calamari bangs.
calamari, fried cauliflower, baked garlic shrimp, escargot. You like escargot?
Money.
You an escargot guy?
Never had it.
Never had it? You know what it
Never
is?
had escargot. Yeah, it's snail, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
snails.
never had it.
Disgusting.
You're not a fan?
Well, no, not really. I'm not really a big fan of escargot. The butter is like this insane, like garlicky most butter that they top on it, so it kind of
Okay.
away the taste.
Takes the taste, yeah.
Yeah, and there's also like sautéed mushrooms in there too that
Okay.
flavorful as well. But it's snails, so it's not my thing. Anyway,
Do they have the Brussels
yeah,
sprouts? But Brussels sprouts are goaded.
Brussels
Love me
sprouts
some
are
love me
insane.
some Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, no Brussels sprouts. No, the best thing there is the prime rib though. Prime rib has to be the most.
Yeah,
Have you ever had?
100%.
You've had that, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've been there, but I remember last time I went there, I didn't have the prime rib. I think it was a New York strip, I think, or a
Filet
like a
mignon.
fillet. Yeah, yeah, one of those two. But yeah, I've had the prime rib there, and
Now
it's
my
solid,
thing,
dude. It's
like
solid.
I'll only get filet, filet as a steak, prime rib. I won't get anything else because those are the two most flavorful things. And the rib steak is really good there too, but it's like 20 ounces. It's fucking like almost $60.
Massive,
But
massive. Yeah.
no, everything there is top tier, top tier.
Right, right.
Yeah. But anyway, let's
Let's get
get
into
into
some
some
Jays.
Jays talks. Fucking splitting the series with the Orioles. I'll be said, thought they could have won yesterday. Thought they were going to win
Yeah,
yet. That one was a knife to the fucking chest and twisting it after because it was one of the most fun games I've seen in a while. I was fucking standing up intense. Like there
yeah.
was a couple plays that got me going. I was going a little bit ape shit. But other than that, man, like it was tough to watch, especially that final spot. I just had my hands in my head and
Right.
grandpa, who's like he's just old and he's just like, "Oh, is that the end of the game?" I was like, "Yes, yes." He's like, "Oh, do they still have more innings to play?" No, no, they don't.
Yeah.
So that was that again hurt as well, having to tell that we suck as a team. But I mean,
Right.
blame to me. My question is like, or what I'm thinking is like, you can blame Jordan Romano all you want for blowing the game, but you had so many opportunities, 2 runs. Like,
Yeah.
still, you got
He's
to.
not. He's not. He's not the start. He's not the closer that we had before. He was really good. Now he's starting to. He's kind of falling off this
Yeah,
year.
Yeah, I don't know. He hasn't had as many opportunities either because this team is always losing so much and like they don't have the up. They're
He's not
always
really close. He's not closing out games, is he?
no, exactly. And like again, you win a game against the best team in the American League, 3-2 in extra, excuse me, 3-2 in extra innings. That was an intense game, a lot of
Yeah.
fun. But Romano, you have to think about looking back the game before, that dude was shut down through 2 innings. He
Hmm.
was in the ninth and the 10th. He got the save and he allowed them to stay in the game. Held the game is what they call it.
Right.
So that's all I can care about at this point is like he was good for those 2 innings and like absolutely shut down. And then Adley fucking Rutschman, so fucking good. Like
Yep.
you,
Best catcher in the
out
league.
of out of all the catchers in the league, you think he's the best?
Yeah, right behind. He's right ahead of my boy Salvador Perez. That's my boy. I got to put Salvador Perez in the two
Bro,
spot. Yeah,
I
he's my boy, man. I love
your
Salvi,
boy,
bro. He's
yeah,
my
you'll
boy.
never fucking meet that guy, bro.
I
Fuck.
love I love Salvador Perez, man. He's my guy. But I gotta go. I think Rushman's right there. Him and I don't know how good Real Muto is playing this year, but he's always up there in
Okay,
terms of just
he's
defense.
a really good defensive catcher, and
Yeah, really good defense.
he's an also
That Sean Murphy, he's injured, but he's always
no,
up
the
there.
best is probably Will Smith, bro.
Yeah, he's playing lights out this year, man. He's
Will Smith,
great. He was on my fantasy team last year, and whenever it's baseball fantasy, I always say you got to have a good catcher, like a good guy who can hit well. You want to get a good catcher at the beginning, and I got Rutschman this year, and that's obviously paying off for me because he's lights out.
who's
Guy can hit
the
the baseball.
who's the worst catcher in the league then?
Kirk, Kirk fucking sucks.
Yeah,
Kirk
I can agree with
sucks.
that. Probably, I'd say like Yasmani Grandal, like for the Pirates,
Yeah, that guy has like two speed, bro. That guy's
or
horrible.
Martin Maldonado. Yeah,
No,
no,
definitely Kirk
Yasmani
though. Kirk
Grandal.
fucking sucks.
Both of them are these all catchers. Fucking are so slow, bro. So goddamn slow.
Yeah,
Other than like
Rushman's decent. He has decent speed.
Real Muto. He's like 20 bags.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. Realmuto's good.
he's very
Rushman has decent speed though, but he's not steal. He's not a guy to steal bags though.
no. I don't even think he has like one steal in this year or the year prior.
Yeah, Rushman's hitting 314 with a 859 OPS, 350 on base percentage. Yeah, he's on one this year.
yeah,
He's playing great ball, great baseball. Gunnar Henderson as well, great player.
yeah.
They're playing good baseball, the Orioles.
I don't
Playing
know
good
how they
baseball.
score runs though. Like they had no offense this series. That was another thing. Like
Yeah,
they,
they had three hits in the first game.
I know they were not
Rushman just
good.
saved them, was keeping them in
And
the game.
I know, like they were not good at all, and somehow they managed to win games too. Like their offense is, they have a lot of home runs, but like this
Mhm.
series showed like their offense isn't the most insane thing in the world. Like Cedric Mullins has been terrible for them.
Mhm.
Santander, he's been pretty good. He hits home runs, but like his average wise, not that good.
Yeah.
And it's too bad because they just
Yeah,
like
because we have here, yeah, Santander's hitting 220. I got Cedric Mullins at 183. He has the same, basically the same average as the shitty Kirk, who has a 188 batting average. Yeah, you're right. They're not really performing
do you think
to their best ability.
for Kirk, do you think the amount of time catching and like just being the main catcher while Jansen is injured has gotten to him? Like, I think
100%.
he needs to get into more, just better shape, bro. Like, he's like, you thought at first it wasn't going to affect him because there's players like, David Ortiz or CC Sabathia, who's a big
Right.
example of like a big guy who managed to stay very consistent throughout their careers. Or I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Bartolo Colon, greatest hitter of all time.
Yeah,
Hitting that bomb in San Diego.
yeah. Bartolo with the drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's hilarious. Anyway, yeah, like I think that's like definitely been a factor to him. He's not been good at
He's
all.
got to step it up, bro. Dane
I
Jansen
don't, I
is
don't
one of the
think he
best
would
hitters
win.
on the
I think
team.
this is who he is, bro. This is who he is. And I wanna deep dive into Alejandro Kirk. Um, and on ESPN, they have a really good example and sample size of how he is as a catcher. And if you really look into it, he's not like people expected him to be this all-time like the best top catcher in all of baseball. And if you look, so we look at 2022, that was his big year, right? That
Right.
was like the year he came out, he was an all-star. So he from in April, he had a 245 average. Not that good. With
No.
5.8 for OPS. Then in the month of May, he was insane. He had 347 with a 984 OPS.
That's what got him into the All-Star game is that
But that was
month.
just, and then so at that point, he was hitting 304. Then June, he had the same exact thing where he was really, really good, and he was hitting 319. And those were 2 months right there. And then July as well. So he had a 3 month sample size, but he went down a little bit. He was hitting 291. And so
Right.
from then on, he was hitting 311. So from July, he at the end of July, July 31st, he was hitting 311, 867 OPS. He was insane.
Yeah.
But after that, he was in August and September, he hit 241 and 268, probably like a 255 average, something like that.
That's still decent though for a catcher who it was his
You're
second
right.
year in the league, right? Or basically first full year in the MLB, considering
Well,
that he was
kind of.
kind of
Yeah,
sharing
he
games
was.
with Jansen.
Yeah, and then in 2023, though, he had an abysmal month of uh April where he actually never mind. He was good in April. 281 he hit. Then May 236, 245, 278, 246, 231. And he finished. But he's supposed to be a more power hitter and have more get on base more often and not ground into so
Yeah.
many plays, which happened to him a lot. So finished the season hitting 250 in 2023. Not terrible, but he's supposed to be a better hitter. But this year, man,
Right.
188. 188 he's been hitting.
Yeah. He's just set the bar too high for himself those first couple of years, and now it's just maybe it's kind of got to him, like you said, with playing too much compared to when he was kind of sharing the reps with Danny Jansen uh,
Yeah,
back in the day.
you're right. But in 2021, he hit 242, which wasn't even like, and that's a pretty big sample size. He played two and a half full months. Actually, no, never mind. He played like 3 whole months and he finished the season hitting 242. So
Right.
Kirk's been he's made, I think maybe we're overhyping him a little bit.
Yeah.
We're hyping his quality of at
Like
that.
I said, he's probably right now. He's probably the worst catcher in the league in terms of the amount of playing time he's getting, and him not succeeding in the batter's
Yeah.
box. But the thing is, though, that's why he keeps playing is because his defense is great. Like he's a great defensive catcher, and that's what John Schneider likes in the team. Same with Jansen. Jansen's a great defensive catcher as well, but um, Jansen's just lighting it up right now. He's got a 291 average. I think he's higher than that actually, 298. He's playing great when he's in the lineup. Too bad the injuries have gotten to him this year, but if he just keeps staying healthy, he's definitely going to be starting over Kirk most days.
Yeah.
Who is there a specific the reason why Kirk's playing right is because some pitchers like him more,
I think
like
Alec
when it comes
Manoah
to
is catching him.
right.
The team they've heard and said multiple times that their goal isn't to be and what they want is not to be that type of team where they have specific catchers for
Right.
specific players and
Right.
because somebody gets injured like a catcher, what if you're all messed up and like something like that? So
Right.
yeah,
That's
but
definitely that's definitely an issue for the team here with the catching and the injuries.
Yeah.
to Jansen and Kirk not producing.
Yeah. No,
That's
exactly.
definitely a problem.
Yeah.
Let's talk about game two. So, Jays lose a close one to another Adley Rutschman home run, walking it off, barely leaving the park. Like it literally hit the fucking ledge and
Yeah.
bounced back into the park. Like it was, we didn't get much hits. Like I feel like the Orioles were, pissed
Their
off that
runners in
they only
scoring
got three
position were
hits.
terrible that game, but so were the Jays.
Yeah,
They should have scored. They probably should have won that game by a lot more. The
right,
Orioles, but they just our pitching was lights out. Like Jimmy Garcia coming in, no outs,
right.
runners at second and third, um, was absolutely dominant and just shut the fucking door. Three outs right off the bat. Came back and then got the final and then got two more outs and then I think they put in Tim Meza to finish it
Yep,
off, take out Cedric Mullins, or who was it? Cedric Mullins or Jorge Mateo? No, it was
yeah,
Juan Urias. That's who it was. He pinch hitter.
right.
And then you thought we might win.
Romano,
We
maybe,
might
we
win
might
this.
go back to extra innings and,
Yeah.
win it again, but that
But
clearly
like,
didn't
yeah,
go in our favor.
should have been, he's supposed to be shut down. It's too bad. Would have been nice to win that game. I would have loved to win a series against the Orioles because this would have been the first series we had won against them in over a year. We didn't win
Right.
a single series against them last year. We
Yeah, we
lost.
got destroyed.
Yeah.
That was not a fun year against the Orioles last year. Usually we destroy them every year, like even when they were even the when we were both shit, we'd still, beat them handedly in most series, but not last year. But I think, we were playing we got the rain delay on one of the games, so that's getting extended to the next series when we play in Baltimore. I think it's late July. I think that's when they moved it because of the rain delay. But I think we can beat these guys more. I feel confident in our pitching, not so much the offense because 2 runs is an average of like 2.5 runs a game is not going to be it's not going to help your chances of being the best team in the AL. So
Yeah.
this was I guess okay getting one out of the two. I did not expect the Jays to win a game uh this series due to the fact that the Oilers are just so dominant. But yeah, I mean, good job on grinding out that win. The first game. I thought they were
No, I mean,
resilient in that
the whole
factor.
issue is just offense, man. Like I
Yeah,
think and pitching relief pitching hasn't been the greatest. Like it was really good these couple of games, and I think it'll be better. Like I think they were really shut down. It was just Romano, man, that was tough, and I'm not gonna put anything on Romano. He's the least of our worries because just think about how good he has been, like in
right.
how shut down he's been, and
Apparently the Orioles we're actually looking to trade for him. In the trade talks this week
okay,
of trading for Helsley, I think was another discussed player to get traded to the Orioles before the deadline. Romano was another one.
you think they're
I'm trying
just
to think of other ones that they were.
You think because the series was upcoming and they were trying to fuck with Romano or something like that?
Right. I think that might have been, yeah. Because
I don't
he
know.
hasn't
I'm
had
not
that
really
good
sure
of a
what the fuck
year,
it is.
and they're saying that he's going to get traded to Baltimore. Like that makes no sense. I was wondering why that was even a discussion point
Well, Felix
of him.
Bautista isn't coming back for a while, and Craig Kimbrell, they've taken him out of the closer role.
Yeah, because
And
he's day to day right now. Because I have him on my fantasy team.
they want Yenier Cano as a setup man, but dude, I'm honestly not opposed to that because Orioles have some of the best prospects in baseball. And
Right.
you could get some stuff. And if we're selling, Orioles aren't the worst team to trade with because maybe Romano for Jackson Holiday.
Yeah, like that's going to happen.
that'd
That's not going to
be
happen.
that'd be the biggest fleece in the history of MLB, like history of baseball.
Would
In
it be as bad? Would it be as bad as Varsho for Gurriel and Moreno?
bro, that's not a bad trade. That's not even funny. I don't even think that's
No, come on, dude. Like literally right the first year after we get that trade, they go to the World Series when the Diamondbacks
we
haven't
have
done
4 more,
shit in the
bro. We
past
have
like
four
20
more years
years.
or 3 more years of Varsho, bro. We have him for a long ass time. And who was it that made a fucking incredible catch that robbed a fucking home run off Ryan
Gunnar
O'Hara?
Henderson. Was Ryan O'Hearn or Gunnar
Yeah.
Henderson?
And then who hit the game tying home run right after he made that insane catch? Oh, Dalton Varsho, bro. So
All right.
yeah,
But the
exactly.
Jays have done
You want
nothing in
to?
the
How about we
playoffs with
take?
him.
And you know what? How about we take a look at Gabriel Moreno's stats right now? That noodle bat of a man.
I know,
Oh,
but Gurriel's playing good
let's
too.
take a look. 243 average with a
Better than Kirk.
.5 WAR, and guess whose WAR is basically quadrupled that? Dalton Varsho. And then you look at
Okay.
Lourdes Gurriel. Let's take a look at Lourdes Gurriel. Oh, wait, 231.2 WAR.
I
Combined
think just people
WAR.
are saying because they went to the World Series, that's why. But when they were in the playoffs, dude, you gotta admit they were lighting it up in the playoffs last
They
year.
were,
They were
but
fucking
that's
awesome.
that's in the past. And did they win?
Yeah, because they came up against a super team. That's why.
Bro, how was the Texas Rangers a super team? They won 91 games that regular season. That's not a
If
super
they
team.
had if they had Scherzer and DeGrom playing, they
Not
would
even
have been.
90. They won 90 games.
Yeah, but the playoffs they didn't lose a road game.
I have a hot take right here. Yeah, you're
All
right.
right,
Okay.
say it, go.
I heard Ben Nicholson Smith talk about this. He believes, and this is a hot take, and I'm not sure if I agree with it entirely. I'm not sure, but he doesn't think the playoffs are rigged, but he believes that it's more impressive to be a team that goes out and continuously wins 100 games as a team like the Dodgers over continuous, say, a World Series, like kind of like the fluky Atlanta Braves that won 88 games. He thinks that's more of a thing to be proud of and astonished by than actually winning a World Series, consistently winning like 100 games. Look at the Dodgers. They win 100 games season after season, and they probably will again. Will they make the playoffs? 100%. Will they win the World Series? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they'll get.
So basically, he's saying that the Leafs mediocrity of winning, getting in the playoffs for 8 straight years. I'm just making an
Well, I'm
NHL for
talking. Okay, yeah,
comparison.
NHL.
I'm just
That's
making an
that's
NHL
completely
comparison.
different then. That you're
But I'm
comparing
just saying,
two different
NHL
sports.
comparison. Like if you're saying the Leafs winning going to the playoffs 8 years in a row and winning one series is better than the St. Louis Blues winning the Stanley Cup
I'm
after
sure.
being like
I'm
shit in January and then all of a sudden just going on a hot streak. That's the same. That's like saying the Dodgers they win that fluky COVID World Series in 2020, but the Nationals was worse because they won that World Series in
I
2019
never
against the
said that.
cheating Astros.
I never said
I know.
that.
I'm not saying. You said that. I'm just saying you're. I'm just making different comparisons of.
You're
You
right,
know.
but I think those are two completely different sports in the way they're played. There's 162 games in an MLB season. The fact that you're able to win 100 of those games and have like a 600, like over like 650 win percentage, like the Dodgers do, is pretty impressive over being a team that's up and down constantly. I'd rather root for a team like the Dodgers that win 100 games because you're watching way more winning baseball if you're at 100 110 win team like the Dodgers are. And
Right.
playoffs are a lot of fun to watch, and watching your team be successful is a lot of fun too. You're right, and I don't know if I 100% agree with that, but like you see more often like these teams that aren't the best team in the league coming and winning World Series. Like the Texas Rangers should have lost probably to, I don't know, the Tampa Bay Rays that won 100 games. They should have lost to the Baltimore Orioles who won 100 games. Those teams, maybe even the Houston Astros, who are a very, very good team. They almost lost to them, in fact. And and then you look at other teams but then you look at like the Dodgers, who are consistently 100 win teams, the Atlanta Braves, who have been like 100 win teams back to back season. I don't know, me. I'd personally watch that over when I'd rather watch a team like win 100 games than say the Jays win 88 games throughout a season and then make it to, I don't know, win the NLDS and lose in the or win the ALCS and lose in the.
I'm just trying to I'm trying to think of comparisons, but you're right about the 162 games, but like people could say like the Raptors, for example, like they were I guess actually no,
No,
Raptors
but
is
they were
a
consistently
stupid
really good
comparison.
and went
Yeah,
and
that's a stupid comparison. All right. But I'm just trying to think back to like the Washington Nationals. Like they had that one year where they went to the playoffs, and that was the year that Bryce Harper left and went to Philadelphia, and they thought that the Nationals weren't going to do anything because Bryce Harper left
you're
and
right.
they didn't have a good enough team. But then like this
They're
Cinderella
great
story,
stories. Yeah, they're great stories.
that's why I think sports is the best because like, if you're consistently playing like shit, like the Dodgers, like playing good in the regular season and then playing like shit in the playoffs, like the Dodgers or the Leafs or the Dallas Cowboys of the NFL, you're playing consistently well in the regular season and then get shit on in the playoffs. It's not I don't think that's as entertaining to me as possible. I like the Cinderella stories of, teams like the St. Louis Blues or the Nationals, like we mentioned, or in the NFL, there hasn't been a Cinderella story NFL team in a while. I guess you could say the New York Giants when they beat the 17-0, 18-0 New England Patriots in 2007. I guess that's an example of a team that shouldn't that out of 100 games, 99 times the Patriots should have won, but that one game the Giants beat them in the Super Bowl. I guess that's an example, but to me, I like the Cinderella stories more because you can go back to thinking about it and saying like, wow, you think more about the Cinderella stories than you do about a team playing consistently good and then not doing anything in the playoffs. Like here, I'll,
A
I'll
lot
give
of
you okay.
times, like it's just a team gets really hot. Like in baseball, that's what happens a lot in like sports. Whereas like basketball and like hockey, the best teams usually end up making it to the finals or making it at far. Like the Leafs weren't really like they were. Boston was a better team than them. They just were. And if they made it to the next round, Florida again is just a better team than them. Would you not agree?
Yeah,
No.
no, no, no. I totally agree. Like
Yeah,
Boston is somehow still in
basically,
this series.
and
Boston is
baseball,
somehow still in this series, and I have no clue how they are. But
right? But they probably will
like
lose. They probably will lose.
right, they play tonight. They play
Yeah,
tonight, and they probably will lose tonight. But it's just like you said, like it's harder. What did you say about baseball? Like it's hard. It's easier to
it's
get
just
on streak than it is
it's
in
no,
like hockey
it's
or
easier to
basketball.
get on like big streaks because it's such a long season that you'll go
Right.
streaks and then the team will kind of go down a bit sometimes. And then the teams that are a lot of fun to watch are the teams that are just good all year long, like the 100 win teams. Once you win 100 wins, that's like really shows in baseball. That's a really good team. 100 wins is like top tier. 600
That's like 50 wins in basketball.
or 50 wins in hockey.
Yeah. I'd say 50 wins in hockey is more rare than 50 wins in basketball, in my opinion,
Or
because you
rare.
have the OT. Yeah, yeah, I'd say so.
Sure. I feel
I'd
like
say so
it's rare. It's rare to win 100 wins as a team, and
because I think only like 10 teams in NHL history have won over 60 games,
I
and
said 50. Yeah, I think
and
50.
I say basketball. There's been more 60 win seasons than the NHL.
Yeah, but I'm saying 50 wins in hockey. Like
I still say it's rare. Like if we look here, let me look at the standings
Leafs,
right
Leafs
now
won
from last
50
year.
last year, and then they won the year before. They won 52 or 53, right?
Yeah, so there was one in the Eastern Conference. There were three 50 win teams,
There you go.
and in the Western Conference there were four. So seven
Oh,
out
that's
of
pretty
seven out of 30 teams. That's like the
not bad.
70th percentile of teams are 50 wins. So I don't know. I guess you're right. I guess it's
That's
kind of
definitely yeah. That's like that's a great example. That's a yeah. I'm right. Um. Anyways, what were we talking about before though?
The Jays,
The J-
and them being, if they can get the offense up. Basically, every time that we turn on the podcast, that's basically what we're talking about.
Yeah. Will they get the offense going? I don't.
Yeah.
Probably not. Probably.
All right, let's do little predictions for next series. We play the Tampa Bay Rays at home, 3-game set, and start tomorrow. Who's on the mound tomorrow for the Jays? Who do we have playing tomorrow?
I think it's Kevin Gausman.
Okay.
I had to take a look. Blue Jays right now. It is Chris Bassett.
Okay, so probably Bassett, Gosman, and
Manoah.
who would be and Manoah, right? Okay.
And we
So
don't
what
we don't have the pictures for the Rays. We don't know.
No?
Oh, it's
Okay.
yeah, we don't. I know
Okay.
Zach Littell plays today, and then it might be Aaron Savali. It's not Taj Bradley, Tyler Alexander, and
I have no idea who you're talking about. These are some randos.
some openers. Yeah, they don't really have too many.
Well, that's a good sign for the Jays because maybe they can take advantage of that. What are your predictions on the series win-loss ratio? Or do you think the Jays win this series?
I want to go 2-1, man.
Okay.
They only like fucking Randy Rosarena has been god awful. He's
Right.
156 right now with the over 160 at bats.
Right.
Yandy Diaz hitting 253. It hasn't been the greatest. They've got some guys that are okay, like Isak Paredes.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team. He's leading my first baseman. Ahmed Rosario hitting 300 also. Richie Palacios. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you know what? I'm gonna go bold here. I think we get a sweep here. I think we get a sweep against the Rays. The last time we played them was the home opener series. We won 2 out of those 3 games. I think, the pitching is going to show up once again. Manoah is going to have another solid start. I don't know what day he's playing, but I think, Bassett, Gosman, Manoah, 3 solid pitchers. I think we do well. I think we do well this series. I think this Orioles series was a turning point for the team. We got confidence that we can beat good teams.
Yeah,
it's just the teams
a 500 winning percentage against AL East teams right now.
Yeah, we're playing good against our own division, which is good. Yeah, we're playing good against our own division, which is a good sign. So I think we can. I think the floor for this series I think is 2-1. The ceiling is definitely 3-0. I think we can definitely sweep this series 100%.
Yeah,
I think it's 100% possible with the starters that we have up this week.
Fair enough. No,
I feel confident this weekend that they can do well.
I'm not gonna disagree with that at all.
I'm gonna So so you said 2-1. I'm going 3-0 for this weekend.
2-1, yeah.
I get before. What were you gonna say? Go.
I was just gonna say I had a few questions for you about this team.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Right now, who is the worst player on our team right now?
Worst player? Is this pitching, position player, whole team?
Whole team.
I don't know. I'd probably say Kirk. I've been shit talking him all episode. I don't know. It's just he's playing too much. We need Jansen back. I think Kirk is probably the biggest letdown right now. I think Bichette is a close second. Based on how much he should be.
Bichette.
Yeah, I don't care that he played well these last 2 games. He should be the front runner in hits.
Why do you not care that he's not playing well?
I didn't say I didn't care.
Or why do you not care that he's playing well?
No, I was just saying the last 2 games he hasn't been like the last 2 games. Yes, he's played well, but I'm talking about just in general. Like you said, in general, like this at the beginning of the season, He should have the most hits on this team, but he
Not
doesn't.
Springer. No, Springer is not the worst player.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah. I did have high expectations for Springer this year.
He was gonna be a fucking. He's gonna be the MVP or 30 home run hitter, something like that.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'm gonna go with Daniel Vogelback. Danny Boyes, he was supposed to be good.
No, he wasn't. Okay,
Yeah, he was
no,
supposed
I'm
to be
gonna
he was
stop.
supposed
I'm
to be
just
that
gonna.
locker room guy, but he wasn't. He's not. So he's going in the worst player on the team next to Kirk.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say not Daniel Vogelback for me because Daniel Vogelback has the least at bats out of any player that is still on this roster and barely ever plays whatsoever. And he came up with the big game tying hit the other day, which is that he came up with the other day, which was very important. So I'm not gonna give it to Daniel Vogelback considering
Based off one game, you're gonna give him
he
not
never
best.
plays
He has
whatsoever.
four
You
hits.
can't you can't blame the guy. He has 3 RBIs. He has almost more RBIs than Kirk, bro. Actually, that's not true. Kirk has like 10. But he is like yeah, he still has 3 RBIs for barely ever playing. And you can't blame the dude for like rarely ever playing and trying to get on a hot streak because he can't. When you don't play, it's impossible to be on the bench, off the bench. He's a bench player. That's who he is. Maybe he'll hit for a low average, but maybe he'll come up with some clutch at bats and walks. He's
Who's your worst player?
worst player.
Yes.
I am going to pick. Let's see, I'm looking at the roster right now. I
You
wanted to.
asked me the question, but you
I
don't have your answer.
no. I was trying to go somebody different than Kirk, but it's just gonna be Kirk. It's he's been terrible.
All right, who's the best player on the team?
Best player on this team, Yusei Kikuchi.
Really?
We need to give them their flowers, man. Yusei and Barrios were dynamite. Absolutely.
Okay.
Like
I'm gonna go with Yimi Garcia because he's only allowed one earned run in all of his outings, and he's fucking phenomenal.
you're right.
So I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah.
I think Vlad has taken the right step into his hitting 275 now, up to his batting average.
Yeah, bro.
I definitely I'm gonna give him his flowers as well. Give me Vlad and Yimi for hitting and pitching.
I'll give you right now. If we look at, I'm gonna take a quick look at Mr. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And if you look at like, so in I went at the beginning of May, he was hitting 231. May 1st, he was hitting 231. Right now, May 15th, 15 days later, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 games later, he's hitting 275.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad we kind of have
A little more power, be nice.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of have 2022 Vlad back a little bit. Come back a little bit. And that's what I like to see.
No
Not
more,
as many homers as 2022 Vlad, but we're kind of getting there. Kind of getting there.
little more.
He's coming alive a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone was sick, bro. Like this entire series. Like I don't know if you heard,
Yeah.
like that could be the title of our game. All the Blue Jays players got the blues or
Oh my God.
Blue Jays get
Blue Jays have
Blue
Jays
Jays
have the
get sick
blues.
and can't score runs. Blue
Yeah.
Jays get a virus that causes them to hate scoring runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we got our Jays talk done, but I wanted to bring in some Bills talk. Yesterday the NFL released all the schedule for next season.
Oh yeah.
This is important. This is an important day in the NFL season. We got to make sure we know when the primetime games are. Bills got 5 primetime games, which is very exciting. Second most in the league, only to the New York Jets somehow, who are fucking garbage and didn't even make the playoffs last year, but they have 6 primetime games. But we'll ignore that. Well, we'll just go quickly through the schedule here. Week 1, we have the Bills at home against the Cardinals. Week 2 is Thursday night against the Dolphins away. Week 3 we have Monday night against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nice.
Week 4 is Sunday night against the Ravens away, which will be I'll be very excited for that game. Week 5 we have away against the Texans. And then week 7 we have 3 straight away games. Then we have Monday night again against the Jets. Then we have home against the Titans. Week 7. Week 8 we have the Seattle Seahawks away. Another solid team. Week 9 we have not week 9. Is that week 8? Yep. No, I'm sorry, I'm blind. Week 9. Week 9 against the Dolphins at home, which should be an easy win. Dolphins fucking suck. Go Bills. And then we have week 10 against the Colts away. And then another probably biggest game of the year, we have the Chiefs at home. Chiefs Bills, big rivalry in the NFL, as everyone knows. Then we have our bye week, and then another big game Sunday night at home against the 49ers. This is a big stretch for the Bills coming up. And then we have away against the Rams, and then away against the Lions, about another big game. And then we have home against the Patriots, home against the Jets, and then away against the Patriots. So we play the Patriots 2 times in 3 weeks to end the season. What is your prediction for the Bills this year based off this schedule? I know you probably just started looking at it right now.
No. I looked at it last night. Took a look.
Yeah. What is your floor and ceiling for this team when it comes to record?
Okay. Minimum, they got to go 11-6.
That's their minimum. That's their floor.
I think minimum. That was what it was last year, bro. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe 10-7. Actually, I'll say 10-7 minimum.
Okay.
11-6 is still pretty good. And then their ceiling 13-3 or 13-4.
13-4. Yeah. Okay. I think the minimum this year, I think Josh Allen is going to make a statement year this year. No Diggs. Diggs is gone now.
Yeah, man.
Off to the Texans. He's got a bunch of wide receiver 2s and 3s on his squad. He doesn't have any star players. They just obviously drafted Keon Coleman, who's a great guy. We've seen a lot of videos of him. Great personality. Probably going to be a great locker room guy for the squad. We just signed Marquez Valdez-Scantling from the Chiefs last week.
You like that?
I like that signing a lot. People discourage him because he drops the ball a lot. But I think he's great. He's a fast player, which is what Josh needs. Fast player, can go up and catch the ball. He's great. He's been great basically his whole NFL career. I think the floor for this team is 11-6, same as last year. I think that's the minimum for this team. I think Josh is going to take over this year with the core that he has. Dalton Kincaid's going to have another good year. Dawson Knox will be great. But I think the ceiling for this team, I think we can get 14 wins. I think this is definitely possible. Even though we have one of the toughest schedules in the league, I think we're 7th hardest schedule in the league this year based on the records of the teams from year before. I think we can definitely get 14 wins. I think the only guaranteed losses, I think, this year will probably be the Ravens away and the Texans. I think those are definitely 2 losses right there. And I think one of the games against the Jets will probably lose. And then maybe a game against the Dolphins will lose. But I think this team has a very, very high ceiling, and I think we'll get another division title. Even our floor, like the 11-6, will still win the division, because the Dolphins don't have what it takes to win a division, especially with Tua at quarterback, because Tua fucking sucks. He's not good enough to lead his team to a division title, as we saw last year in the final game of the season. And then the Patriots are rebuilding. They just got Drake May at the third overall pick. They're rebuilding. They're not gonna be contending for a division. And then we have the Jets with old ass Aaron Rodgers coming off his Achilles injury. The Jets, obviously, people are saying the Jets are gonna, take over this division because Aaron Rodgers is, he's won all these MVPs and stuff, but he's old, dude. He's coming up on his 40. He's 41, 42 right now. He's not going to be making this team look good this year. He'll have a good couple wins, but he's not going to be winning any divisions with this team. So I think the Bills get another division. They'll have another home game in the playoffs this year for sure with this lineup, 100%.
Love it. Love it.
I just wanted to bring out the Bills talk because the NFL schedule release is a big topic of discussion in the NFL. So I thought I'd bring that up. All right, now let's go to our things that don't make sense. This is our things that don't make sense Thursday or Friday. We can get, we're filming on Thursday, but all right. I think I want to start off this week.
Okay.
So as I said at the beginning of the podcast, I went golfing yesterday with one of my buddies, his brother and his uncle. So his uncle is a Club Link member. So Club Link is kind of like a big company in Ontario and America when it comes to like private courses. You get a membership and you can play all these different courses. Nice tracks, like really nice courses. I went to one near my house called Blue Springs. The problem with these private courses as a guest, right? So when you go into these private courses, you have to go in with a member. You can't just go in by yourself, obviously, because you have to be accompanied by a member and you have to pay a guest fee. So what I don't make sense of this is the fact that I have to pay obscene amounts of money to play as a guest in a Club Link course. I had to pay $170 for my round yesterday.
Dude, that's too much money to
this
play golf. That's too
yeah.
much.
I mean, it's a nice course,
No.
right? It's a nice course. I know you disagree with me, but you're understanding what my take is on things that don't make
You're right.
sense.
You're right.
But so so for the main round is $120, which for a nice course, that's I understand that. Right? $120. There's another course near my house, Osprey Valley. It's $100 for a round plus the cart fee. The cart fee is the main problem that I have no idea what's the problem with this. $27 per person to sit in a cart and carry your bag. $27 per person. How fucking stupid is that? Especially at these high-end golf courses. They are powered not by gas. If they don't fill it up with gas, they're battery powered. So it's like they charge after every day they charge them. They don't fill it up with gas, which costs probably more than a battery. It is obscene how much you have to pay for a cart fee at these golf courses. Not just the fee to play golf, because I understand. I worked at a golf course for 3 years, and I understand how much money it takes to keep a golf course intact for the summer and make sure it's in nice shape, because I see how much work goes into it. But the fact that you're making a guest of a private club, imagine if I thought I'd think about buying a Club Link membership for next year or something, and I'm going into your golf club and I'm paying $170 for a round. Well, how does that make me feel about the fee of going in there and playing 18 holes? Yeah, because we got there like 20 minutes before our tee time. They have a driving range, right? So you can practice a little bit before your round, but that's not worth $170. And they have this massive clubhouse with a bunch of like golf shirts and clubs and golf accessories and what have. But it makes no sense to me how I have to pay that much fucking money for a round of golf. I'd be there for 4 or 5 hours for $170. It makes no sense to me. I'll probably won't do that for a while because, as a student, I'm not, earning as much money as that, but I won't be spending that much money on a round for a long, long time.
It's too much.
Yeah. Obviously you're not a golfer, so you understand the amount of fucking money that is for 4 to 5 hours of just hitting a fucking golf ball around. My local golf course that I worked at, it was $50 for 18 holes. excluding the cart fee. I think the cart fee is $15 on my golf course, which is respectable for the fact that you have to pump the thing with gas every week.
Yeah.
But for a battery, and it's $27 per person, you're not even I wasn't even driving my cart. My buddy was. I'm sitting in the cart holding my bag, and it cost me, and I had to pay $27 for it. It is obscene. It's ridiculous.
A lot of money, man. It's a lot of money.
It is for me, especially, not just for a person with a full-time, a decent salary. Like I'm a student, and I'm just going out playing golf, and I'm paying $170 for a round. It's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous, man.
Fair
What's
enough.
what's your opinion on that? Obviously,
So,
you don't golf, but that's
well,
it.
yeah,
You
I
can
don't
still
golf.
kind of you can still
There's
take
no shot you will ever get me to pay $170
yeah.
to golf. I don't care whatsoever. That's too much money, and I think that's too much. I think you should have just turned around and fucking walked out of there,
But
bro.
the thing is, the only problem is that I was there with my buddy who I golf with all the time, and his uncle who's a Club Link member, and I didn't want to. I don't really get an opportunity to play these kinds of courses. And, as my 3 years of working on a golf course, I've had free golf basically for the past 3 years at this course. So I've talked to myself like, I've paid no money for golf basically for the past 3 years. So I'm kind of, it's just kind of as a treat to myself,
Fair enough.
it's like for not paying, for every day for golf. So I'm just kind of, treating myself right to this. So that was the only reason why I took this opportunity, and the fact that it's a private course, and it's a new course. I never played it before. I kind of wanted to, say, you know what, why not? But I probably won't do that for a while because it was a little excessive. I'm just exaggerating, but it's very excessive for $170 for a golf round. And also, not including the round, the food and drinks. I got a beer and a sandwich, cost me $20 for a beer and a sandwich. It's like Rogers Center prices, dude. For like a 2 pieces of like regular sized bread, roast beef sandwich, and a beer,
Yeah,
$20.
bro, this sport is so fucking dumb. Like, it's the most expensive sport in the world. Like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
you gotta just cut. Like, me and my buddies, what we do is we just like we go to
Go to
some
the driving range.
no, we go to some empty baseball diamond and just fucking hit bombs. Like, that's what
Right, like
that
batting cages.
costs.
Yeah,
You know how much money that costs? $0.
$0. Yep.
And that's why I think, honestly,
I
with
don't even want to go into details how
financial
much money I've spent on my golf clubs.
in your
I don't even want to
financial
go into
state,
detail.
you gotta find some other sport or hobby. Like, that's too much, bro. Like, even
Yeah.
any like, just for, and you probably weren't happy. Like, I'm sure you had fun, but like you were like, fuck,
I didn't play that well. That's why I was,
there you go.
because
That's good.
I was with my buddy. I was with my buddy and his brother who I've known for a long time. So it was nice talking to them and stuff. And my buddy, his brother, he lives in BC now because he's a firefighter, and he came over for the next couple of weeks. So I got to talk to him, whatever. But it's just the fact that, $170 can't justify that, right? It's pretty ridiculous. But let's move on to your thing that doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Speaking of mine, so for this one, I'm gonna choose people that spend $170 on a golf course don't make sense, right? No, that's not actually.
Trust me, there's courses out there that are way more expensive than that.
I'm sure.
Trust me.
I believe you.
I've never played them, but I probably won't
Yeah.
unless I win the lottery.
Mine will be for this one, it's kind of similar to last week's, a little bit revolving around money.
Mhm.
I have an issue with charities, and not before I continue.
Mhm.
I'm talking about charities by McDonald's and these big corporations, because
Right.
what they're doing is they're asking you to donate money when they have millions,
Yeah.
billions of dollars, like
Right.
McDonald's. Why don't you spend your money and decide to help that charity and help those people, rather than trying to fucking pressure me and make me feel bad for these sick children
Mhm.
and in these commercials and making me donate to them? Yeah, you know what I'll do? I'll donate to a nonprofit organization that
Mhm.
actually uses that money to good. and is not and actually isn't this giant corporation, rather than these companies like McDonald's and Canadian Tire and just all any sort of, honestly, like any sort of big brand has
Hmm.
some sort of charity around them. But McDonald's, especially Tim Hortons, is another one.
Right.
Like the camp one that they do where you donate.
Right. Right.
You donate your fucking money that you guys are profiting like crazy. These companies, McDonald's, profit so much fucking money. So much fucking money. How about you spend the money instead of adding another, I don't know, restaurant in fucking Etobicoke? And you know what you should do? Use all that money that you would have put in that restaurant, give it to your charity that you guys have created and started. That's what pisses me off
Yeah.
is like when they're trying to get me $2 to donate.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do because you know what, I'm not an asshole, but at the same time, it's like, why aren't you guys using your money that you have
Right.
donating? So that's mine. That's mine. Right.
That's yeah. I was gonna say like like Ronald McDonald. Like why don't? Yeah, you're right. Like I was
There's so
gonna
many. There's the sports one. There's the one that Canadian Tire does. Like, I forget. Like, there's
and yeah, I was gonna say like what you don't even and also with these big companies you don't even like know for sure that they're using this money that you're giving them to actually
I,
good
I
causes.
I mean, I believe that they are using it towards like, because dude, if that they found out like crazy fucking, what do you call it, like it
Lawsuits.
lawsuits, yeah, McDonald's gate, bro, like it'd be crazy.
Right.
And
And also like you said, like maybe giving this money towards like nonprofit is much better because you know that they're giving it to
there's a lot
good
more
like a good cause.
specific charities. Like I think I'd rather support somebody who's like, I'd rather support things that are, honestly, that's a lot of the time what charities people choose is like stuff that relates to them and they feel they can kind of connect with. Like I do something with like dogs. Like I definitely, if I were to donate to charity, it'd be to help like homeless dogs and dogs and kill shelters
Hmm.
like that, and even adopting dogs and things like that. That's like an important aspect to me because you don't want
Right.
animals going through this, and humans are such terrible people to begin with.
Yeah.
Dogs better in every way, and they deserve lots of loving.
100%. Yeah, animals and yeah, shit like that are definitely and a top
That's mine.
priority.
But that's mine. I'll finish it off there. That's mine. If you have any ideas on that, I think you can probably agree wholeheartedly.
Oh, 100%. 100%. If you don't agree with that, turn off the podcast
Yeah.
because we don't
Or
want we
explain it
don't
to me in some way
yeah,
that makes sense.
in the comments, if you disagree with our takes, let us know and
Yeah.
maybe we can you know
Because it
come
pisses
to come into
me off.
agreement. But I think that charity one is I think 99.9% of people can agree on that.
Yeah.
100%.
For sure. All right. Uh, that is it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. We're thinking about doing another live stream as the last one went so successful.
Hmm.
I don't know why we didn't do any for the Leafs playoffs. That would have been hype. I don't know why we did.
Yeah,
We should have
I
done that.
think it's just schedules and shit, but maybe
Well,
we just
you're
forgot
right,
about it.
with schedules and that sort of shit, but yeah, you're right. Anyway, let's do some Jays. Let's do another Jays ones
Hmm.
and Jays live stream upcoming. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those games we can figure out and
Right.
get a live stream going. We will let you know.
Hmm.
All right, we will let all the fans know. Thank you guys so much for listening. Like, subscribe, Instagram, TikTok, all the shit. We're there. So thank you and have a good one. Cheers.